Shalom, family. This is Grammy Yah. Yes, black beans today, you guys. We will be canning black beans. Black beans, they are so easy. All beans are easy, but the black beans are especially. But I have to tell you a little something about black beans. But before I get into that, I'm going to let you know this is 4 pounds and this is a pound. I will be canning 5 pounds of black beans today. And I'm praying that I can get many jars of these pint-sized jars today. And they are the wide mouth. So I have some more in the dishwasher. And I'm just hoping and praying that I can pull out my second canner. Yes, because you guys, times are getting hard. And we want to get this food in these jars now. If you got food in your freezer, that's fine. But what if the electricity go off and you do have a generator, but the generators are so loud, so everybody going to know that you got some food going on over there. And even if you had a solar, if the sun doesn't shine, like today is raining and gloomy, we don't want our food to spoil. So the best thing to do is put it in a jar. And I want to tell you, I have plenty of food, but it's away at a undisclosed location. So Grammy don't have everything here because I wanted to show you my last jar of, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, my last jars that I can concerning black beans. All beans are not the same. Black beans are really small beans, you guys. And the rule of thumb says a half a cup of beans in the pint-sized jars and a cup of beans in the quart-sized jars. But I used that half a cup of black beans in the pint-sized jars, and I didn't have a full jar of beans, and I didn't like that. So I've redone it, I've remeasured, and if you have the ball jars, there is a number 6 on here. I don't know if you can see it, but that is a number 6. If you fill your black beans up to this number 6, you will have a full jar of beans, and they still going to be submerged in the juice. If you're not using ball or card jars, you can measure it with 3/4 cups of black beans. 3/4 cup. That's it. Okay? And that should take you where you need to be. So at any rate, I'm going to wash these beans up, you guys. I'm not going to soak them. I don't need to soak them. This been tested, tried, and true for me in my house. If you want to soak your beans, you can. But let me get these all washed up and cleaned up, and I will bring you back. All right, fam, I have my beans all washed. I just want to show you a couple of things that I found in the beans that didn't look good to me. This one didn't even have a bean in it, so so little things like that you may want to pull out of your beans while you are cleaning it. So you guys, I have 5 pounds. You don't have to do 5 pounds. You can do what works for you. You may not want 5 pounds, or you may want to do 20 pounds. You know, it just all depends on you. So I'm starting out with the 5 pounds. I don't know how many it's going to give me, but I will definitely let you know. And then that way you can judge by what I have from my 5 pounds. Like I said, I'm going to be feeding a lot of people. So I need a lot of bang for my buck. Okay. So you guys, y'all see what's going on out here. I just keep on just telling you guys just to repent, and store up your food because a rainy day is coming. We always say store up for a rainy day. A rainy day is coming. All right. So let me get my beans over here. And like I said, if you have the ball jars, there is a number 6 right there. And then right over the 6 it say 1 cup. We do not want 1 cup. We want 3/4 cups. So I don't know if the 6 represents 3/4 cup, but that's where I'm going to put it. And that's where I've tested. And that's the line that works for me. All right. So here we go. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use my seasonings first. I like putting my seasonings in first. Let me move you around so you can see what I am doing. All right. So I like to put my seasoning first. And since we're working with black beans, the main ingredient for the black beans is cumin, you guys. So I'm going to add, let me open up my containers. I should have had this open. Oh, that cumin smells so good. And a lot of our dishes, like our Mexican dishes, use cumin and black beans. You can do like a black bean salad. You can use the black beans for enchiladas or tacos. I mean, the sky's the limit. So I'm going to, because I want to give this a lot of flavor, I will use 1 teaspoon. Yes, I'm using 1 teaspoon of cumin. All right? Because I love that flavor. And then for everything else, I will use a 1/2 teaspoon. I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. You don't have to put salt in here now. You can put salt in later. And salt doesn't preserve it. Salt is just for flavoring. So if you don't want to use salt, don't use salt. And this one is a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Yes. And a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Yes. Delicious, you guys. Yes. This is going to be so delicious. So now I'm just going to take out some black beans. Let me get my funnel. And I'm going to bring it to that 6 that I was showing you guys. Okay? And this is where you want to be. It's at the 6. All right? And if you cannot see the 6, you can use a 1/2 cup and a 1/4 cup of beans, and that will carry you at the 3/4 as well. You know, I don't want to insult nobody's intelligence, but I also don't want to take for granted that everybody knows measurements either. So you can use a 1/2 cup and a 1/4 cup, and that will give you your 3/4. So let's do that. Half a cup and 1/4 cup. And you're there at the 6. Yes. All right. And now what I'm going to do is add my water. Okay. This is room temperature water. And I'm bringing it up to the 1-inch headspace. The 1-inch headspace is that line right there, you guys. Okay. 1-inch headspace. And once we get our 1-inch headspace, we have to debubble. So let's get all the air bubbles out, because we don't want any air. Because if you don't debubble, sometimes your jars will not seal because the bubbles come up and it will not seal. Your jars will not seal. Okay? So there we go. And sometimes when you put your water in and you debubble, sometimes you lose your headspace, your 1-inch headspace. So let's see. I'm just going to add a tad here. That one's good. And now I'm just going to take my paper towel And remember to have some vinegar. And we're going to take this vinegar and wipe around the rims just in case some seasonings got on it. Excuse me. And you guys, you see that I'm using water, and this is room temperature water. So you don't always need broth, okay? Water is going to do just fine, all right? So I got my rims all cleaned off. I'm gonna put my lid on. Well, I just messed up that lid. I'm glad I got another one here. Put my lid on, put my ring on. Now I have to wash that lid because that lid actually went inside and touched the beans, okay? Fingertip tight. Lid, ring, fingertip tight. That's it. And these are ready to put in the canner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to load up the rest of my jars and I will bring you back. All right, family, it took a while, okay? I wound up with 28 pint-sized jars of black beans, okay? And remember when I was showing you, I was putting the lid on in the ring and the lid fell into the bean? I thought I had checked, but evidently I must have overlooked it. That particular lid that fell in the bean and then I just replaced it with another one, something told me to look at it. Look, this is a brand new lid. Can you see that? Look at that. I don't know what they're doing, but please check your lids. I missed it, but I'm glad that that incident happened because that jar probably wouldn't have sealed. So I'm just letting you know. So you guys, I'm gonna have to pull out both of my canners, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna pull one out because I gotta get dinner started. Okay. So anyway, so I have my water in here and there's a water line. And like I said, I wound up with 28 jars of black beans. It gave 5 pounds, gave me 28 jars, you guys. You know you can't beat that. Like my grandmother used to say, you can't beat that with a stick. Okay? So what I'm going to do with these pint-sized jars, and since they're wide mouth, I'm able to get 8 jars at the bottom. But guess what? I got a Presto 23-quart canner. I can put in a divider and I can load more up. And if you need a divider, I'll leave the link in the description box. I got this off Amazon. So now I have 8 here. And guess what? Once I put that divider in here, I'm able to load up 8 more. Yes, yes, yes. Let me go get some more. And remember, fingertip tight. And I'm going to show you this last jar so you can see what it looks like. There we go. There we go. And this is going to be delicious. So now I'm going to put my vinegar. Put your vinegar in. If you have hard water, just keep your jars from coming out cloudy. And I'll load the rest of my jars up after I finish dinner. All right. Presto 23-quart canner. Pressure gauge. This little vent pipe right here. You make sure you can see straight through it. Make sure your rubber gasket is up in there. Good. Make sure this button go up and down. Make sure you turn it and make sure it's tight. If it's not tight, tighten it. Hey, this is it. We're ready to roll. My beans are room temperature. My water is room temperature. Okay? And I will turn it up on medium high. And once this comes up to pressure, or once this vent pipe right here starts to shoot steam steady for 10 minutes, I'll bring you back. All right, fam. See that vent pipe right there? It's been shooting steam steady for 10 minutes. My canner is locked. Now I will put my weight regulator on it. And I'm going to have to wait for it to come up to 10 pounds of pressure. For my elevation, I need 10 pounds of pressure. If you do not know your elevation, just Google it. I am at 10 pounds of pressure. I will now dial my heat back just a tad. I will set my timer now for 75 minutes because I have pint-sized jars and I am canning beans. So once this button right here drops after 75 minutes or after it gets finished processing, I'll bring you back. It's been about 20 minutes since my canner has come down from pressure. I'm going to take off my weight regulator and I am going to lift up my lid away from me. Always lift away from you and let it back down. And you see a lot of steam fell out. So you have to make sure you got shoes on. Don't do it. Ooh. Oh, these beans smell good. Don't do it. Make sure you have shoes on and everything because that hot water can hit your feet. So always have shoes on. And now, because there's a lot of steam in here and you don't want to burn your face. So always away from you. All right. So I'm going to lift it up and take it to the sink. Away from me. Ooh, yes. Oh, guys, it smells so, so good. Oh, before I start pulling these out, if you have not hit subscribe, please subscribe, hit like and share, just in case if I forget. Alrighty, here we go. Here we go. Look at that, you guys. That is perfect. Perfect. And they're going to continue on cooking because that water is extremely, extremely hot. And they are sealing. They are sealing. I can hear them popping. Look at that. And like I said, they will continue on to swell. So I'm going to have nice, full jars. All right? And as far as the seasonings, you can season your beans however you want to. That was the ingredients that I like in my beans. But if you don't like cumin and garlic and onion powder, don't worry about it. Use what you want to use. And these beans are so good, you really don't even need any seasoning. So let me bring you back after I finish removing these jars out of this canner. They are all out from this canner. I have the canner back here, and those are coming down from pressure. Okay, so I'm gonna let those come down, and then I'm gonna add those here. So like I said, I was able to get 28 jars out of 5 pounds. So that's a lot. That is a lot of food, you guys. So yeah, so I just wanted you to see this. I hope you guys like black beans. If you don't like black beans, you can do almost any bean just like this and just add whatever seasonings that you like. All right. I hope you guys enjoy this because I do this for you because I love you guys. And I just want to thank you and for viewing my videos and everything. And I just want to tell you that I love you. I really, really do. And I need for you to repent so you can be found worthy. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.